So SIG UK is a building materials distributor, about 3,500 employees, 170 branches across the UK, and a fleet of about 500 vehicles doing somewhere in the region of about 2,000 deliveries per day. We had very little information and analytics by way of what those vehicles were doing. So levels of fleet efficiency, driver behaviour, what drops we were getting in what territories. We'd recognised the need where we were very data poor to move to a kind of a more data-rich environment to support that operational transformation. We obviously did all our market research and we ran a tender off our business requirements. Descartes fit the bill very nicely from a software as a service perspective, the actual functionality that it offered. And then the other piece was it sat really nicely with our SIG IT strategy, which was all about cloud first. We started with the VRS solution. And the reason for that was to, I guess, get the practice of transport planning into the business with our use of HHTs in the vehicles. And then once we'd got that end-to-end process mapped out, we knew what our customer service measure was, we knew what our fleet efficiency was, and we could then start to take strategic interventions where either there was an opportunity for improvement or something that we needed to course correct.
Previously we were crossing each other and not being efficient enough in the routes that were created. So Descartes gives us that efficiency.
Primary focus in the whole transformation has been service and OTIF. We've taken that from 75% baseline to about 85–90% with a desire to take that even further to sort of like 95% plus. And that's been the primary driver, but always with the backdrop of the information we're getting from a fleet efficiency perspective that kind of just allows us to tweak some of those operational efficiency levers to say, well, we're giving outstanding customer service, this is how we measure it, but also we're doing that at a sensible cost base. Using the HHTs for our drivers, we know accurately to the minute or the second when that delivery's arrived on site. We can also capture the in full element. So if we were delivering 10 widgets, have we accurately delivered and the customer's signed for those 10 widgets, or have we had damages, have we had shortages? Descartes really given us the visibility and allowed us to intervene and improve our performance in that area. There's no need to call into the office and ask where my delivery is. There's no need for us to chase it up and call a driver to find out he's stuck in traffic en route. It's all there for everyone to see within that supply chain.
So we send a notification early in the morning to all of the customers telling them that we're leaving and that their delivery's on us. And then they'll get another message once we go en route with the ability to track.
You can log into it from anywhere in the country, wherever you are, right? It's really resilient, it's really scalable for us as a business. And there's been a huge piece around the impact and our management of COVID that this has really supported. If we had an outbreak of COVID at a depot, had to close it down, we could migrate the fleet and the deliveries into a neighbouring DC, and we could plan and we could manage that from remotely anywhere in the country. And then that coupled with the HHT technology gives us a sign-on glass, completely contact-free e-pod and delivery piece if we need it. So really key for us, and being able to manage deliveries safely with our employees and our customers through that period. As soon as that delivery is signed for and captured on site with the customer, it's immediately fed back and integrated into our ERP system. So the customer's emailed a full POD for everything they've signed for. Immediately that transaction's completed. They're also invoiced for it at that point in time as well. There's no manual administration, it's a lot faster, it's a lot slicker, it's obviously way more accurate. As soon as we've arrived on site, we've completed, we've signed for the delivery, the customers get pinged a notification, how have we done today, how's our driver performed, how was the delivery? So really, really key piece of customer feedback. We started with VRS, we're now implementing telematics, which gives us kind of that full transport management suite, I guess. The reason for telematics, this is all about fleet efficiency, driver safety, and sustainability really. So it's a key piece in understanding our drivers' behaviour, what they're doing. So the miles we're getting out of our vehicles, how they're driving, harsh braking, speeding, cornering, all of that sort of stuff, which From a company perspective, it's fantastic, right? It's driving a lot of our sustainability goals. So we're targeting net zero. I think it's a 27% reduction over the next 5 years and 80% by 2035. And a key piece of that, we run a fleet of 500 vehicles across the UK, right? Even small little incremental gains in how those vehicles are driven deliver huge benefits, and the telematics is the way to do that.
Descartes have been excellent, to be honest with you. So always there when we need them, just a phone call away. Daily Teams calls to go through any outstanding issues. The kiddie downstairs, Chris, tells me now he wouldn't be able to route without Descartes.
We used to have to do a lot of manual planning. We used to print off loads of pick notes, but having to look at the map, going to the manual tickets was so hard to plan. Whereas now you can just on the screen. Just all you've got to do is zoom in. Your jobs are all there. You know exactly where they're going. You zoom in. You've got every bit of information you could ask for right there. Before it used to take me maybe 2 to 3 hours a day. So if you took this away from me now and I had to go back to my old ways of doing this job, I would find it really hard. I don't think I could do my job without it.
It just allows us to get more out the door on a daily basis.